Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today, joined by
Brett.
Anomyces, checking out another beer from the awesome Transient Artisan Ales. This is another beer that we brought back from NBCC that Dan, aka Dan the Man, brought for us all the way from Chicago. So Chris from Transient actually gave him this bottle. I think to take along to share with us after he took. Fuck, this smells crazy good. after we did the review of Kentucky, because Dan brought a bottle of last year's Kentucky for us for NBCC this year to review, which was awesome. So thanks a ton, Dan. And then Chris gave him this and Smuckley for us as well to try, which is amazing. So this will be fun to try. This is the Prince of Barkness. So this is another Buckley/Kentucky variant. And this is basically Kentucky with cinnamon.
Yeah.
So Kentucky is the maple syrup bourbon barrel aged version of Kentucky. So they do so many variants on this now. And I think it's like one of the most underhyped barrel aged stouts, coffee stouts in the States. And like all the variants we've had quite a few now, have been amazing. And in general, just Transient Stouts has been like so great.
Yeah, we've had so many at festivals.
Yeah, and there's like...
Yeah.
Crazy good. So this is an Imperial Stout brewed with vanilla, cinnamon, coffee, and maple syrup, and then aged in whiskey barrels. Oh wait, I think there's a typo here. Well, it's aged in a whiskey. It's Imperial Stout with vanilla, cinnamon, coffee, maple syrup, aged in a blend of bourbon and maple syrup barrels. So I don't know if it was in whiskey barrels and then also blended in bourbon and maple syrup barrel beer. I'm not sure. Because it aged in a whiskey and a blend of bourbon and maple. I don't know. Oh, no, yeah. Okay. So it's probably bourbon barrel aged maple syrup that they put in there.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So, okay. So yeah. Imperial Stout with vanilla, cinnamon, coffee, and bourbon barrel aged maple syrup.
Yeah.
Aged in bourbon and maple syrup barrels.
Okay.
So it's the Bliss barrels, I take it, and bourbon barrels. This is 14.5%. And I love how the Kentucky variants now do different designs. This is called Prince of Barkness. Of course, cinnamon is a bark, but it's also an awesome reference to Ozzy Osbourne, I hope, because he's the Prince of Darkness. And then we got this interesting Prince version of Kentucky on there, crushing skulls or whatever he's doing.
Being Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes, pretty much. I love the artwork they do for these beers with where the wild things are in that style.
Yeah.
So this will be nice to try. Brett, you actually tried this at Brewskiville.
Yeah.
I didn't try it because we got a bottle to review. I wanted the full experience, but maybe I should have tried it because you were talking very fondly of it.
This is a massive beer.
Yeah, it smells massive just like sitting here. So.
Look at that bubbly foam.
Yeah, it's like really bubbly.
Yeah.
Shit, the cinnamon.
Yeah.
I can smell cinnamon like wash from here. It almost reminds me of apple pie. But yeah, it's really bubbly foam. But I think that's because of the barrel.
Yeah.
Like barrel aged stouts often don't have like really creamy heads.
No.
But look at the lacing on the glass. Yeah. It's like coating the glass completely with like alcohol legs.
It is.
But 14.5% is a lot, and it's a pitch black Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's check out Prince of Barkness. Oh, that's a cinnamon bomb.
Yeah.
There's so much cinnamon.
Oh yeah.
Super fudgy, cakey cinnamon.
It is.
It's
like a cinnamon cake.
Yeah. Yeah, Canadian cake.
Yeah. It is.
So much cinnamon. And then underlying the cinnamon, you're getting that like fudgy bourbon, sweet kind of maple thing.
Vanilla cream.
Yeah. Almost like custard or something like that.
Yeah. It is. And the cinnamon is also a bit fruity.
Yeah.
It has like this...
Just a fruitiness to it.
Reminds me a bit of like a fruity chili.
And it smells like real cinnamon, not the flavoring that some people use. It smells like when I cook a chili, I use cinnamon in it.
Yeah.
Whole cinnamon sticks. It reminds me of when you do that because it has like this umami almost vibe as well.
Yeah.
Man, it smells good.
It's just such a great balance of a bit of fruitiness and sweetness and umami and spicy.
It's a lot of everything. Almost like as you say, spicy. Almost like making you think of rye whiskey, even though it's bourbon.
Yeah, makes sense.
But the coffee is a little bit underwhelming on this compared to Kentucky, of course, because this is so cinnamon heavy.
But I could also imagine that coffee is the thing
to
that will die down.
Yeah,
as the first thing.
And it's not too long ago it was released either. It was this year's release.
But again, cinnamon is such a strong adjunct.
Yeah, it's of course going to dominate. But I love cinnamon Imperial.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. But yeah, let's check it out. Cheers, and thanks to Dan and Chris. Wow, that is great.
Yeah.
Wow. That is, the coffee really shines on the flavor. I love that. The cinnamon is really huge, but the coffee is definitely there.
Yeah, it definitely kicks in.
The thing with these, like the Kentuckies, is just like, Chris has a vibe for just barreling beer, barrel aging beer. The barrel character on the beers are just insane. It's so fudgy bourbon-like. It's saturated.
It's really like caramelly fudgy bourbon like intenseness. Especially up front, but it actually keeps on for a bit. It kind of combines everything.
Yeah, it does. And it's, as you said, like we talk about this candy bourbon flavor. It really is that candy bourbon whiskey flavor.
Yeah.
Warmth going down, it's 14.5.
And it's cinnamon.
And cinnamon.
Yeah.
But wow, what a huge cinnamon flavor.
Yeah.
Smuggly that we had was a lot sweeter than this. This, it's almost like the cinnamon, and this balances it out a bit. But
yeah, it's so nice to have that spiciness, almost like, as you say, rye type flavor to cut the sweetness. Is just such a great balance of sweetness and spiciness.
And then there's like up front, when it just hits your tongue, I'm getting like a bit of this cocoa chocolatey kind of vibe, almost like the cakey thing. And then you get like a nice whiff of coffee, sweet vanilla barrel, and then there's like, and then the cinnamon just rushes on your palate, like this crazy fudgy cinnamon flavor.
Yeah.
But I can understand, like, so Brett said some people at the festival at Brew School didn't like this too much because of the cinnamon, and I can see if you're not a fan of cinnamon, like you'd hate this beer because it's like really cinnamon dominated. But it's one of the best cinnamon barrel aged stouts I've had, I think.
It's one of the best, like, one of the best stouts that I've had. Considering how the cinnamon flavor is, you know, it. Yeah, I can't explain it.
No, but you get different nuances from cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's not just like this fake artificial cinnamon flavor in some adjunct stout. It's like
not one
it's
note
spicy.
in any way.
It's also kind of fruity.
Yeah,
it's almost like almost like a lightly jammy cinnamon flavor, if you can say it like that.
Yeah.
There's a hint of dark fruit in there as well. Aftertaste, I'm definitely tasting the coffee vibes as well. More so.
Yeah, I think it's more in the aftertaste. The coffee kind of
really kind
glides in with like a nutty hazelnutty
and
type.
slightly like deep kind of espresso vibe.
Yeah.
And then on the aftertaste, I'm also getting a good amount of oak, like drying oak, and like this charry woody flavor. Like it's like really all those kind of things. Like in the end, they balance out a bit of all the sweet, cakey, fudgy vibes. And the maple is like maybe the most underplayed flavor, I'd say. It's there, but it's the least dominant, I'd say.
Yeah.
But that's also because it's true maple syrup. It's not flavoring. It's this kind of caramelized sugar vibe. Almost like...
It's more like caramel. Or like
almost,
fudge.
yeah. I mean, if I have A-grade cinnamon in the fridge. If you try it, it tastes nice, and it tastes like cinnamon maple syrup. Yeah. And if you taste it, it doesn't taste like this over-the-top cinnamon flavor, or maple syrup flavor that you get in some pastry stouts.
No.
I'm really leaning more toward this kind of pastry
We've had
stout.
a lot...
Because we've had
Imperial stouts as of late being like this adjunct, but real adjuncts.
Yeah, and that are done really well and are thick and nice, and like this is not the thickest.
No,
it's still full and creamy and velvety, but it's not as thick as like the reserves that we had. The Buckley reserves were like the creamiest of the Buckley variants.
Also the Smuggly, but also of course that wasn't barrel aged.
Yeah,
that was really thick.
Yeah, that was really thick.
Yeah,
as you said, it wasn't barrel aged, so there's not been.
This reminds me of Kentucky's mouthfeel.
Yeah, it does. Just
like
not
oily.
as carbonated. Oily, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the one we had was a bit carbonated.
Yeah, but it has that oily, kind of medium plus lighter side of full mouthfeel.
Just a fantastic barrel. When it rests in the glass, it just gets better. Like having a sip there, carbonation is a bit died down. Your palate is a bit more accustomed to the cinnamon.
Yeah.
Some of the other nuances pop a bit more. Man, I love Kentucky and the variants. We've yet to review the base actually. Buckley.
Yeah. We've had
so many variants actually now.
we just haven't reviewed it officially.
No, because it's been in the festival videos. But this is really good. I'm thinking. So I gave Kentucky a 98. I thought initially before cracking the bottle if this would be 100, and I don't really feel like going 100.
No, I have kind of the same feeling as with Kentucky. Yeah. Actually.
So I was thinking 98 like Kentucky because it's very similar to Kentucky. It's just with cinnamon pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. It's not thicker or.
My level of enjoyment is just kind of on the same level.
Yes. Yeah. So I was thinking 98 for this as well, which is a great grade. But I hope we can get to try the reserve versions. Yeah. Because at NBCC, or NBC, sorry, Brewskibble, just trying the bottle version when we had it on tap, the Reserve 2, it was crazy. It was like thicker than the regular ones, and the barrel character was just amazing.
Yeah. So, but again, to me, it's probably only the mouthfeel that just pulls it a bit down.
But, pretty much. But yeah, I'm going to go 98 like Buckley or Kentucky.
I agree.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah. I mean, you guys need, if you've had Transient beers but you never had any of the Buckley or Kentucky variants, you need to get some. It's fantastic. And again, as I said, this is one of the best cinnamon stouts I've had. If you like the barrel aged kind of cinnamon beers, it is fucking great. So thanks a ton to Dan and Chris for this one. This was awesome. And we're not just praising this because we got it from Chris and Dan. This is pretty fantastic beer. You should also be able to see this by the ratings these beers are getting as of late. Like they're going up there, which is great. They really deserve it. It's fantastic. So if you had a chance to try Prince's Barkness by Transient, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And we're going to say cheers and some cinnamon barrel aged goodness. Cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.